That's what. No, if a person pray, Ismail, if a person pray, you say Allahu Akbar, you're reciting. Ismail comes in, you beautify your salah, right? Your intention change, right? From praying and from having riyah. Do you pray over that salah again? No. Because there is nothing that you have done that invalidate from the arkan, from the pillars of the salah. You're talking about something that is outside the salah, which is the intention. The intention is not in the salah. That's why it is called what? Shurut. It's called shurut. It's not called pillars of the salah. So if the person, he intend to say, I am losing my wudu in the salah. Or I'm breaking my fast. Let's keep it with that. I'm intend to break my fast. Now he's making nawafil. Tayyib. So in that point, if he doesn't do the action that breaks the fasting is still correct. Because of what? It is this qa'idah that is important for all of us to memorize it. He mentioned that it does not. If there is the mahdhurat, if there are the mahdhurat, meaning those actions that are prohibited, right? If there are actions that are prohibited, in the act of worship, in the act of worship, actions that are prohibited in the act of worship, right? La tufsidu, it is not being, it does not corrupt your action, that action itself, illa bifi'lihi, except that the person brings it about. Not because of the person intended, but because he brings it about. You understand?
This applies to nawafil or obligatory ones.
Huh?
It doesn't matter whether it's nawafil.
You're talking about as fast, now the fasting.
No, the action is the action. Does it matter why
Oh yeah, definitely. We just give you example here. Like when the person is praying, he have the intention, I'm breaking my wudu. It's in the salah. This one was in the fasting, right? But here now is the catch. The 25th will tell us another detail that is important. Somebody gonna call it? وَمَنْ نَوَى الْإِفْطَارِ Shuf now. وَمَنْ نَوَى الْإِفْطَارِ Whoever intend to break the fast, فَإِنَّهُ يُفْطِرُ He broke his fast. Now you got to understand that he's talking about two issues. Nafl and fard. Right? He had the intention of breaking the fast. Here, the fast that is what? Fard. That he indeed broke the fast. And this is based on the statement of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ That all actions are judged by their intentions. 25th. Huh? No, the fard fasting. The fard fasting. If you in the middle of the day of fasting, you say, man, I'm breaking my fast. It's done. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Naam, the Shaykh Hafidhahullah, he mentioned, Rahimahullah, he say, if the person had the intention to break the fast, right? If the person intend to break the fast, and you will understand why it is here, the Ramadan, right? From the obligation in the point here. He say, if the person intend to break the fast, then his fast is broken, right? And this is based on the statement of the Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam, innamal a'malu bin niyat. All these are by the intention. He say, فَمَا دَامَ نَاوِيًا لِلصَّوْمِ فَهُوَ صَائِمٌ. As long as he has the intention of fasting, he is fasting. As long as he has the intention of fasting, he is fasting. وَإِذَا نَوَى But if he have the intention of al-iftar, of breaking the fast, aftara, he broke the fast. He broke the fast. وَلَهُ أَنْ يَسْتَمِرْ, and it is for him to continue. فِي الْفِطْرِ, it is for him to continue in remaining not fasting. طيب, بِالْأَكْلِ وَالشُّرْبِ, by eating and drinking. وَغَيْرِهِمَا, and other than this, مِنَ الْمُفَطِّرَاتِ, from those things that nullify the fasting. إِن كَانَ, if he is, مِمَّنْ, among those, يُبَاحُ لَهُ, يُبَاحُ لَهُ, it is being given them, right? That ibaha, meaning the permissibility of al-fitr, of breaking the fast in the Ramadan. Kal-marid, like the sick person. Wal-musafir, like the traveler. Like the traveler, right? If a person is barakallahu fikum, and he is traveling, right, and he intends to break the fast, that's it. His fasting is broken. And whatever was given for him to do in the day of Ramadan is still barakallahu fikum for him to an yastamir ala al-akli wal-shurb wal-mufattirat, right? He is still to be keep going in eating and drinking, and alhamdulillah, in any other matters that are permissible for a non-fasting person, like the person that is traveling or the person that is sick in the month of Ramadan. So therefore, it will be for him, فَيَلْزِمُهُ الْإِمْسَاكِ مَعْذِرَةً وَإِنْ كَانَ لَا يُبَاحُ لَهُ الْفِطْرِ. If now, this is in the day of Ramadan, and he is not traveling, meaning he doesn't have no excuse of not fasting, then he will be remaining of what is called al-imsak. Now you see the difference? He will be on imsak, right? If a person is not fasting, if it is outside of Ramadan, right, there is no imsak in that. Right? There is no imsak in that. But the imsak is only called in barakallah in regard to the day of Ramadan. So if he is a person that doesn't have no way out in fasting, meaning he is not traveling, he is not sick, he has to fast the month of Ramadan, right? So therefore, he will still be not eating or drinking or not doing anything from the matters that are not permissible for a fasting person to do. Look, the individual, all he said was what? I'm breaking my fast. He didn't even eat. All he did was had the intention of not fasting. So, lazimahu, it is binding upon him, al-imsak, to refrain from eating, drink, and anything that is from the mufattirat. If a person say, I'm breaking my fast, right, in the day of Ramadan, and he is from those that the Sharia has given the way out not to fast the day of Ramadan, kal marid wal musafir, then he can proceed in what? In eating and drinking and doing anything that is lawful for a fasting person, for a non-fasting person to do in the day of Ramadan. Now here the person, all he did was to have the intention to break his fast. So his fast was broken. His fast was broken. Number two, that he is to abstain from food and drink for the rest of the day. Right? You see these two things. Wal qada'u, and he has to pay that day along with having to be sinful. He has to pay that day. Number one is that he will have to have imsak. He will still refrain from eating and drinking. He didn't just get up and eat though. All he did was to have the intention to break his fast. He didn't get up and eat and drink. He didn't do that. It was in the day of Ramadan. He just, I'm breaking my fast. That's what he said in his heart. I break my fast. I have the intention to break my fast. On that point on, his fast is broken. Number two, what? He has to do? Imsak. Number three, he has to do? Al-Qada. He had to pay that day back. And number four, he is what? Sinful. But if it is in a nawafil fasting, the person say, if I see water, I'm going to break my fast. If I see water, I'm going to break my fast. What do we say, Adam?
it is valid unless if he takes it.
Very good. Unless he fulfilled that action. Why? Because it is a non-obligatory fasting. Ahsanta. And this completed, alhamdulillah, the 25 first points of this. Inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow we'll start from Bab ma yufsidu as-Saum wa yujib al-kaffara. Those matters that will invalidate the fasting and that will make it mandatory al-kaffara, meaning expiation. Naam. He said, how do they pay that day back? Which day? The day of Ramadan?
No.
After the Ramadan.
No.
They pay that day back after the Ramadan. They would, if there's 2 days, they would pay 2 days. If that's 1 day, they will pay 1 day. Abu Munira.
In obligatory fasting, the intention
Will break the fast. In the obligatory fasting, the intention of breaking the fast will break the fast. Sawa'an akala am la ta'kul, whether you ate or not, it will break the fast.
Even if they know the name,
Huh?
even if they renew
No, because, now, very good question. Even if he renew the niyyah, no. Because the niyyah of the fasting that is a fard has to start before.
is the same thing.
But if it is a non-fard fasting, he is just fasting, let's say the day of Sha'ban, right? In the middle of the day, he sees Abu Munira with some good food. He said, man, I'm going to break my fast. But 2 minutes, he said, why should I do that, man? Let me just keep fasting. He keep fasting. At first, when he first had the intention, his fast was broken. But if he renewed the intention from that point on, then he would be rewarded. Not from the first intention, that was yesterday or before Fajr, but he will have that intention from the second time all the way to when the fast will be broken, meaning after Maghrib or Maghrib.
so it means have to renew still.
If he doesn't, yes, he has to. No, he does not. He does not.
The nafila, if you want to continue,
No, meaning here, if he haven't ate, he had the intention. He had the intention. He said, if I see water, I will break it. Read that number 24. If I see water, I will break it. If he doesn't drink, he is still fasting. Yes.
so you don't have to renew.
Azima. Shuf. Azima.
Why don't he be rewarded for the first intention? Why is he not still rewarded?
No, because he haven't done what will invalidate. What will not invalidate the fasting for the nawafil.
No, but the Sheikh said he's
You have
rewarded
to
for
put back the niyyah.
Right.
the second intention.
Right.
But I'm saying if he never broke, why isn't he rewarded for the
No, because with the adamun niyyah, it is with the intention, right? He is muftiran. Without the intention, he broke the intention. He said, if I see water, I'm gonna drink it, right? So this is his intention.
But
He never did it. He never did it. He never have done the action itself. So he will not be held accountable for something he hasn't done. That will invalidate the fasting, which is al-akl wa shurb. When we will come, huh?
Because it don't matter, it's niyyah or whatever,
24,
you have to-
he said it's broken at first.
Right,
That's a nawafil, right?
right.
But it's contradicting to the ayah because
Yeah, you say you have
Why
to
it's
renew.
contradicting is, one says if your intention is broken and even if you haven't eaten anything, you still have your fasting is accepted. One is saying if your intention is broken but you never eat anything, you renew it, you still have half of that time.
Right.
Either one.
No, there is no contradiction.
One says if you intend to break but you never cut it out, your salat, your fasting is okay because you never carry out the action.
Right.
Huh? The part you don't have option. Your intention goes, your fasting goes. That's the part. There's no. So what we're talking about, the nawafil. We're having both two situations in the nawafil. First is saying you start the intention, you start intending to fast. Later on, you say you want to break the fast.